What is going on, everybody? It is your boy, the Monkey Man Chrisfernape, here back with another video for the NPBF. This week, we took on our Week 8 opponent, who was Mr. Nathaniel and his mono bug team. Nathaniel piloting that Delaware Pelippers team. Mono bug against my Tempe Toxtricity and my mono flying squad. So yeah, flying versus bug. Pretty hefty advantage for me, with the flying type. But Nate has put together an incredibly threatening team. He has played superbly, incredibly well. Matter of fact, even leading his division, taking down tough opponents, just doing insane things. So I never count Nate out, especially when he's playing at this level that he's playing right now. Even with the type disadvantage. But yeah, so look at his team, Galvantula, Volcarona, Buzzwole, Orbeetle, Fortress, Arachnid, Frostmoth, Scentiscorch, Durant, and then those Dark Fairy picks, Grimmsnarl, who has been an absolute beast for him, and Greninja with the Mega Scizor. That squad can give anybody a hard time, even a mono flying team. So yeah, things like Galvantula with that Compound Eyes and the Thunder, just being able to fry my birds out of the sky, minus Lando and Thundurus. Like I said, he's been playing Grimmsnarl masterfully. Grimmsnarl is a kill leader for him, which, you don't really see every day. Greninja is fast and packs a very powerful punch with Ice Beam. And Arachnid pretty much walls my Moltres. So yeah, this is an insane team right here. But let's see what I brought up my sleeve this week, and we'll see. So, as you can see, I brought Trace Viscott, the Moltres, packing heavy-duty boots with the Flame Body ability, with Flamethrower, Ancient Power, Air Slash, and Roost. Pretty much just straight up offense. Just straight up. Flamethrower pretty much KOs 90% of his team. Ancient Power for more bug coverage. Plus, if I can get those boosts, that's a sweep right there. Air Slash, obviously, and then Roost for some recovery. And then the boots to keep Trace healthy and avoid any type of rocks. So this thing should be doing a lot of work. Plus, Flame Body pretty much says, no thank you. Scizor, do your worst. And if you make contact, you risk getting burned. And then you're just getting incinerated with Flamethrower. So that's a lot of his threats just down the toilet right there with just Moltres. Next up, we have Terry Crews, the Mega Aerodactyl, Rock Slide, Aerial Ace, Fire Fang, and Iron Head. This thing, again, just straight up offense with the bug coverage and Rock Slide, Aerial Ace, and Fire Fang, and the Iron Head to hit Grimmsnarl as hard as possible. Max attack, just this thing will just hit like a truck and just do the most. Next up, I have Zeus, the Thunderous Therian, holding the Yache Berry. Thunderbolt, Taunt, Incinerate, Nasty Plot. This thing, again, will come in on Grimmsnarl, taunt it, try to, avoid too much screenage or anything else. T-Bolt, Stab, just wrecks a lot, especially that Greninja Incinerate will fry any type of weakest berries that Nate might bring, and also just destroy, specialist bug steel types like Fortress and Durant, and then Nasty Plot for that extra power. So, and obviously Volt Absorb on him to eat up anything Galvantula wants to do. Next up, I have Wayne, the Crobat, holding Black Sludge, Infiltrator ability with Toxic, Heat Wave, U-Turn, and Defog. Now, I opted for no flying type coverage on Crobat here because between Toxic, Heat Wave, I can get that chip damage coming, I click Heat Wave on, say, like, something, one of his bugs, he switches into to either Grim or Greninja. I can Toxic it. I can U-turn out of there. Have that pivot. Defog clears up any rocks or anything else that would be used against me. And so Crobat is just going to be doing a lot of work here on the defensive side for me. Next up, we have Poe, the Corviknight, holding Leftovers with Bulk Up, Brave Bird, Defog, and Roost. Again, this thing just a physical wall. I Bulk Up, I Brave Bird, pretty much everything. Roost for recovery, Defog again to keep those rocks or whatever else in check. And this thing is just a bit of a one-trick pony, but it's doing its job in this match against the Monobug team. And finally, we have Flygon, the Tornadus Therian, holding the boots with Heat Wave, Air Slash, Defog, and Taunt. Again, this thing comes into Taunt Grimmsnarl, Taunt Fortress, Heat Wave Fortress, Air Slash coverage. You know the rest. So these are my 6. Straight up winged beasts here coming into this match. And let's see what Nate brought and let's see how the battle went. So here we have Toxtricity versus the Pelippers. Nate and the Pelippers brought Buzzwole, Mega Scizor, Fortress, Greninja, Grimmsnarl, and Galvantula against my 6 you've seen. Now, a lot of interesting brings for Nate. I predicted the Grimmsnarl coming, predicted the Greninja coming. The Galvantula was a fair choice. Mega Scizor, again, is another one of his top kill leaders. That was a fair choice. Buzzwole was interesting, but I'll explain afterwards why Buzzwole, or at least why for him Buzzwole. And so I mean, on paper, I have a pretty fair shot at this, but again, Nate's no slouch, so let's see how this battle went. So I lead Crobat against Buzzwole. I go right for a Heat Wave. Does about half and then gets the burn. Folks, is my luck turning around? Is my luck turning around here in the NPBF Season 12? Because, I mean, let me go back to... Let me go back a bit. Hold on. Look at my division right here. Tempe Toxtricity. That's me. Look at my division. Okay? I'm in a division with Mono Psychic, coached by the number 2 seed in the entire league. Mono Ice, coached by the top wildcard team in the entire league. And Mono Electric, who I managed to only beat once this season, I have to face again. Only beat once because it was a close match and it could have gone either way. But it was a match I was at a disadvantage with. Plus, you know, my schedule wasn't easy. I faced Dragon. I'm facing Rock next week. You know, I faced Steel, Fire. I've had probably one of the toughest schedules in like the entire league, and I never get shit in these battles. But here we go, turn one. Crobat Heat Wave on Buzzwole burns that bitch. Now Buzzwole is completely just nullified. I mean, if that burn was so crucial that if Buzzwole was not burned, Crobat would be dead, and many other things on my team would be dead. So I get the burn. Another Heat Wave there. See, look at what Rockslide did. Rockslide did 34%. Without the burn, that Rockslide would have most likely taken out Crobat. The Beast Boost would have activated, and, that would have been bad news. So Heat Wave takes out Buzzwole, and a major threat is gone, and I am in the driver's seat. In comes Fortress for the quick switch to Greninja. I miss the Heat Wave there. Now choose to Toxic, and then just take an Ice Beam. Now that was a little bit messy play on my part. I very well could have just U-turned right out of there, did a big chunk, and not really needed to Toxic Greninja. But in my head, poisoning this thing, as frail as it is, was my best play. Now I was able to U-turn out of there, big chunk into Corviknight, as Greninja U-turns out. Okay, Avalanche comes in, just hits that Thunder, and I Brave Bird and sack Corviknight, which again, another play that maybe wasn't the best, but I mean, looking at what he brought with Buzzwole down, Brave Bird probably wasn't gonna do too much for me, especially against like Scizor and Fortress. But anyway, so Corviknight goes down into Zeus, who just takes out Galvanish with Thunderbolt after taking a Bug Buzz. Grimmsnarl hits the Fake Out. I flinch, but then I taunt. And he goes for the Ice Punch, eats my berry, and I go for Incinerate there, which again, in hindsight, I could have clicked Thunderbolt, got a lot more damage off, but I was most likely predicting a switch into like something like Scizor or Fortress. But good play there by Nate to overcome that and just take me out. Into Aerodactyl. As he switched into Fortress, I Mega Evolve and hit Iron Head. And look what a crit does to Fortress. I mean, that's a crit, Iron Head. I mean, yeah, it's not very effective, but I think that's interesting how bulky Fortress can be. Fire Fang does a big chunk, but he's packing the Rocky Helmet, gets up those rocks as another Fire Fang takes out Fortress. Now, if he would have decided to click Gyro Ball there, Arrow would have been dead. But he switches into Scizor. And now I'm dead because Scizor knows Bullet Punch. Which that could have been a free switch into Moltres. And yeah. But anyway, in comes Grimmsnarl to take a flame. Now I burned the Grimmsnarl. Again, folks, it's my luck turning around. I mean, this was not the cleanest battle for me. It has not been the cleanest battle for me. Mega Arrow and maybe Thunderous could have still been alive right now. But I got another burn. This time on Grimmsnarl. What do you know? Into Torn, who takes that fake out like a champ. Just gonna defog there, get rid of those rocks for Crobat. Trying to salvage some differential points there. Into Greninja. I mean, try to salvage differential points and then null and void when Greninja Ice Beams and I sack Torn. But, you know. Into Crobat as he switches to Scizor. Scizor takes that U-turn. But now I'm into Moltres, which Scizor can't do anything to. Moltres, just flamethrowers Greninja there in KO range. And flamethrowers Scizor, which we all knew was coming. And that's how many kills did Moltres get this week? I want to know how many kills Moltres got. So, I'm going back a bit. Boop. Boop, boop. Crobat with 1 kill. Boop, 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 boop. That's Thunderous with 1 kill. Boop, boop. Mega Arrow with 1 kill. Okay. That's torn. So Moltres with 2 kills. Match MVP right here. Just cleaned up for me, as I knew it would. And that is a 2-0 victory for my Tempe Toxtricity against a very threatening and very skilled Nate and his Delaware Pelippers with Mono Bug. That was a fun one. It really was. I always love battling Nate. He's always a good match for me, a good challenge. And we've had some great matches in the past. So, GG, Nate. And I'm not really looking forward to next week, because next week I have to take on Anthony, the Windy City Bolt Strikers, in the Mono Rock team. And that's going to be scary. But we will cross that bridge when we get there. So I will see you all next time. Don't forget to like my stuff, comment on my stuff, subscribe to my stuff, subscribe to the NPBF on YouTube. Go follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that shit. Go follow Pokemon New Frontier, or go join the Pokemon New Frontier group on Facebook that we are part of. And yeah, see y'all later.